Pull up recording in progress. Miss Shannon, thank you so much. Let me just start off this call. I know it's not Thankful Thursday, but I am like super pumped and thankful always to get the chance to host the Vibe Tribe. I just love starting my days off like this. I know I plug into this call Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I haven't this week because I've been sleeping in because I've been sick, but it just is a really awesome way to start my day. And I absolutely feel honored and blessed to be able to help lead and pour into you guys on this day. You guys, we have like today and next week is the last 2 Fridays of the year. Can you freaking believe that? Like, where has the year gone? It's nuts. If you guys have kids, like, you'll understand. Time freaking flies. This year has been nuts. Okay, but we start every morning off with gratitude, and that's why I wanted to say thank you guys for plugging in. I am blessed and honored to be part of this team and part of this early morning crew. We know how to start our days. So let's just take a few moments this morning and talk about gratitude. I have this night and day journal that I started at the beginning of the year. And it's almost complete, but I just kind of wanted to walk through it with you guys. There's a morning side and a night side. And I love this. Like, I started practicing gratitude maybe like 4 years ago. Every single morning I went to a leadership retreat in Tennessee, and I actually was gifted a journal. Let me see if I can find it. A journal that got me started. Ooh, yes, this one. I was gifted this. Yes, I was gifted this by Miss Chastity Marie, and it's like just 3 things every day that you're grateful for. And like, this is what got me started. Like, I even like to read back. Like, this was from 4 years ago, you guys. I like to read back and like just think like, oh my gosh, I was grateful for completing a workout. Like, bless my heart. Like, I love that. But let me walk you guys through this one because it's a little more in depth. And it says, it starts with today's focus. It says morning meditation. Today's focus is in March. It was helping my team. And then it says an affirmation for today. I am intentional. I get stuff done. I am feeling amazing. I love my life and my career. Yes, you guys, this journal is amazing. And then it says, what am I grateful for? And it has space, so you can write down plenty of things. So as I read off this, you guys go ahead and drop in the chat what you're grateful for this morning. Maybe even, excuse me, maybe even like look back the last 24 hours and pour out your heart, y'all. Start your day with gratitude. So I am grateful for this blessed life. I'm grateful for my health and my happy family. I'm grateful for our beautiful home. Fun fact, this week, well, the 20th of December will be 7 years in this home with my beautiful family. So that is something huge to be grateful for. I am grateful for financial freedom. I'm grateful for time freedom. I'm grateful for my friends and my team badass. I'm grateful for momentum. I'm grateful for abundance and blessings. And then, you guys, I don't see it in the chat. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for the funds to be able to send out Christmas packages. Yes, I love that, Heidi. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for their health. I'm grateful to be able to work from home. I'm grateful for this business. I'm grateful for the lessons and the blessings. Oh, my My hillbilly's coming out this morning. I'm forgetting the G on the end of it. I'm grateful for organizing Angel Tree for over, oh my gosh, distributing those toys yesterday and again today. Good job, Christina. That's so amazing. It is such a blessing to be a blessing. Like, that makes my heart so happy for you. Okay, and then the next section, it says, what I'm excited about today. And I put everything. I love that. It's easy to be excited about everything when you literally list out everything you're grateful for. It like literally changes your whole mindset. And then it says, how I'll make space today for gratitude. And it says, I wrote in March, because I just randomly flipped it open, reminding myself after every little experience that I am beyond blessed and mindful of the magic in my life. I love that. Good job, Katie Sue, back in March. That was amazing. So, Andrea, what are your little habits that you do in the morning for gratitude? I'm going to mute myself while you talk so I can blow my nose.
I have that little journal that you showed us, and I started using that. And then I also I've been trying to like teach my teenager to do this with me as well, because she can be kind of ungrateful in the morning. So I listen to a podcast in the morning that's like affirmations, and it's called Affirmation Babe. And so we listen to that on the way to school. Because even like I'm usually like up for a while before I take her to school. So I need to like get some positivity after we have seen each other.
Y'all, mom and teenagers is no joke. That's for sure. I listen to podcast every morning too. And my girls, they already know. They listen in. And then after every podcast, I'm like, so is there anything that stuck out to you? Anything you want to talk about? And they'll tell me like this and this or whatever. And then they'll be like, this girl said this, and I've heard you say it before. And I love it. I love the ripple effect, because it not only affects, or not affects, I don't want to say that, but improves like us, but it also like helps everybody else around us. So I love that. So part of our gratitude routine every morning, like Andrea said, is our personal development too. So that goes beyond the just listing things you're grateful for. It's actually like reading something and learning something about yourself, and then applying it to your life, to your business, to your relationships, whatever. So I'm rereading the 4 Agreements right now. But then I also listen to something every day too. And I'm listening to this podcast over the GoPro conference that just happened. So the GoPro, if you guys don't know, that's Eric War, and he has a book. He talks about leadership all the time. I don't know if I even said that right. Warray. Heidi. Okay, I'm watching your mouth. I'm from Kansas, y'all. Like, we say y'all and ain't and all that, and we forget G's. So Warray. I need all the help I can get. But he literally like is the pro on leadership, and I love listening to all that kind of good stuff. So actually today, our topic is going to be about building leaders. But before I get into that, we have a few more things we have to talk about. Miss Shannon sent me the guidelines. Hold on. Okay, company news and promotions. Andrea, what's going on? I know we got the triple fast starts till the 19th.
Yeah, we have the triple fast starts till the 19th. And that's all I can think of. Oh, the new fudge brownie has dropped. If you have auto ship on, like you can get it before everybody else, which is exciting because I want to try that. So if you haven't already and you are enrolled in auto ship, you should be able to order that.
Yes.
So,
And that sounds so yummy right now.
right.
And then we also have the holiday funds promotion, PPA boards. So if you guys don't know what that is, it's just you enroll people, you get on this board, and you are eligible towards
drive experience samples and a bonus. Because I think I saw that in an email last night. There was a gal who won, and then they're doing it like once a week, right?
Yeah. So you
The
guys,
top 10 drivers.
Yeah, it's on your cloud office on the very top. It's the holiday PPA cash contest. So you guys pay attention to that, because I mean, do not leave cash on the table. It's crazy. Hannah Cress won all $2,000 promotion. Congratulations. That's freaking awesome right before the holidays, and such a blessing. Okay, team news. Anything going on besides this?
Not
awesome
that I
morning
can
vibe
think
tribe.
of. Is the 12 days of Christmas still going on?
I think yesterday was the last day for that.
Okay, so I thought so.
Follow up, you guys. Follow up with any of your people you added to that 12 days of Christmas. Make sure you're talking to them. Ask if they have any questions for you, what they liked most, what they learned. Like, you guys, just be involved with the people like that you like, just like team events that we have, like our giveaways or whatever. You have to follow up, ask your questions, because it's not enough if you like say your friend is like, oh my gosh, where'd you get your shirt? You're gonna say, oh, I got it at Target. And then you're gonna ask like, hey, did you ever go to Target? You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna just have a simple conversation, just wondering, you know, if they found that shirt that they wanted or whatever. So it's the same here. Like, hey, what did you think of the 12 days of Christmas? There were some pretty awesome prizes. Do you have any questions for me? You know, like something simple as that. Just be involved, you guys. Get in there. Get in there. Okay. And so our topic of the day is is building leaders. And then at the end, I kind of want to talk about what we're doing as far as doubling down on IPAs to end this month, in this year strong, and go into 2022 like freaking badasses. So like I said, I always am plugging in to leadership podcast or books or whatever. I've read books by John Maxwell. He's like a motivational speaker, pastor kind of thing, but most of his stuff is over leadership. And then the Eric Worre his GoPro stuff like is all about leadership. And so some of these things, like definitely as a 40K leader, I am cultivating, I am working at continuously every single day to get better at. But I think it's important from the get-go that we talk to you guys, no matter your rank or anything, about leadership. Because when you think of the word leader, like someone or maybe even a few people pop in your head, right? Like who is a leader in your opinion? Somebody's going to pop in your head. Maybe it's Lisa K. Fuller, because we see her doing the 12 days of Christmas. We see her giving back to our team. We see her showing up. We see her face. You know what I mean? Maybe it's Chas and her great big heart and her the way she gives back to our team with her loft in the team retreats. And then maybe Amanda Arnett, like we see her every day, her lives on the dream team. She shows up, she gives us tips on reels and TikToks. You know, every one of these people have characteristics that we should be cultivating. You know, we hear all the time, like, copy the right cats, but that does not mean go off and be a direct replica of Amanda Arnett, a direct replica of Lisa K. Fuller. It means they have certain characteristics that make them leaders that we can start cultivating right now. As soon as you come into this company, if you're rank 4, if you're at 4, rank 4K, if you're 12K, 40K, 80K, 200K, brand promoter, like, these are some characteristics that we can all start cultivating from the get-go and become the leaders who we look up to. Not saying be just like them, but we can cultivate the same characteristics like discipline, honesty, humility, like those type of things can be developed, and we can develop into our own unique type of leadership that other people look up to. So, like I said, think of a leader. Who is a leader in your opinion? What do they do? How do they make you feel? How do they treat others? Andrea, what are your opinions on that? Like, when I say leader, what pops in your head? What kind of characteristics?
Somebody who's honest, somebody who would want to help you kind of any time of the day with anything. Somebody who would show you like kind of the stepping stones of what they're doing to help you succeed type thing. Just, you know, treating somebody how you want to be treated. And, you know, there is no stupid question, because, you know, we're all learning in this business, and also like learning it together, you know, like a leader, if I went to a leader with a question and they didn't know how to answer it, I would hope for them to be like, well, let's figure this out together, or let's learn this together. You know what I mean? I feel like that's super important, because even as a leader or 200K or a millionaire in this company, you're still learning every single day. Like, you're never going to stop learning. So I had to learn that, starting to become a leader. And I feel like that's super important for anybody to know, even if you're just like brand new coming into this business. Like, everybody starts as a brand promoter, and we all learn, and we're all still learning, even when you're all the way at the top of the company. So
yes, I agree. That's why sometimes you see on our calls or even like our live giveaways or stuff, we have, you know, a brand promoter or a 4K, and you guys would never even know their rank unless we told you, because of the way they project themselves. Like, they are up there speaking like a 200K, but that's just because they have those leadership characteristics already formed, like already developed. And you may be sitting here thinking like, oh, I've been in a year and I'm a brand promoter, or I'm 4K and I've lost rank, or I'm 80K and I've lost rank. Like, let's be transparent right here, right now. Like, let's rip the Band-Aid off. Like, everybody on this Zoom, correct me if I'm wrong, but everyone on this Zoom has probably lost rank before. Like, raise your hand. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Thank you for the honesty and the transparency, because you guys, that's life. Like, I'm sure you get to a certain rank and that's kind of stuff doesn't happen. Like, maybe you lose a little bit of volume, but you can maintain your rank because your team is so giant, you know. But for us, I feel like that's normal. It's like normal. And we need to like rip that Band-Aid off and just be honest, because we need to develop our leadership skills more. We need to continue every single day. Like, developing those skills. But that's where it comes into like working on yourself until you become that leader that you look up to, or you don't become that leader, but you become like that leader in the sense of you have those same skill sets. And then you want to build leaders within your team as you're building yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you need to work on yourself until you cultivate those skills, and then you need to edify that within your team. Like, for example, I have Andrea on here on this Zoom, and I know this is like, she loves pouring into, she's like a giver. That's what she is. She's a giver. That is one of her strengths. And she loves showing up here on these Zooms and just pouring into you guys because that fills her cup. So like, I know, like sometimes we feel underqualified to do these kind of things, to lead or whatever. But like I said, we could bring a brand promoter on here. She could fill our freaking cups and you wouldn't have even known she was a brand promoter because she has those characteristics. And that's what we want to cultivate within ourselves and our teams, so that we have these leaders, and then so that we have these teams where if you are sick for a week, you have a leader popping in your team chat with the task list, or you have a leader popping in your chat with reminders like, oh, auto shipments run tomorrow, check on your people. Or you can have your power go out in the Dust Bowl and have one of your leaders step up to do your live events because you're unable to, because no Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? Like, at any point in time, no matter what rank your team is, you should have, like, the minute you enroll somebody underneath you, you are a leader. The minute you have somebody looking up to you or asking you questions, you are a leader. So these are things that we all need to be working on every single day. And then our business, I mean, it just grows. So I just wanted to go over like how we could cultivate this within our teams. You know, we want to walk them through their first 2 weeks, right? Their VIP periods. We want to help them with posts. We want to get them plugged into the training. We want them asking questions. We want to have them plug us into 3 ways. So that way they're learning, you know, how we use our scripts, how we describe the products, how we pitch the price to things. We want them to walk side by side with us the first 2 weeks, but then as soon as they have people underneath them, you need to let them lead. Like, and I think that's one of our biggest things we get caught up on is we try to hold their hand for too long. We try to do everything for them. And you guys, that builds a follower, not a leader. And so I feel like, you know, as soon as they're out of their first 2 weeks, you need to start letting them lead and then loving them where they're at. And like I said, find what they're good at, like I said with Andrea, and give them jobs in that area to empower them, to make them feel like they are qualified. You know what I mean? Like, you have to hype your people up and make sure that they feel like they can do this too. You don't want them wanting you to do everything. Like, oh, I don't have to do this because Katie Sue does it for me all the time. Oh, I don't have to go live because Andrea's going to go live for us this week. Like, no, you want them stepping up, doing their own lives, making their own posts, initiating their own 3 ways. Like, you want them to lead from the get-go. So find them a job.
To step out of their comfort zone all the time. You know what I mean? Yes.
And to be honest, you don't want to do everything. Like that is the quickest way to burn yourself out as a leader, like trying to do everything, trying to have everybody do everything the way you do it. Like, no, that builds followers, y'all, not leaders. And when you have a team full of followers, they're going to follow you right to wherever you stay. You know what I mean? They're not going to go like beyond you, because honestly, that's what you want as you're building your team. Like you want those runners that are going to run past you. And then you keep running with them to keep up with them. That's how you go 200K, right? You don't go 200K by, oh, I'm staying at 40K and all my team underneath me is either going to stay at 12K or 4K or, fall off. You don't want that. You want to keep pushing everybody forward. And the way to do that is to put them in a leadership position. So what do you think about that, Andrea?
I agree 100%. And I also feel like when you find your team's like strengths and how you said, like, give them a task to do, like tell them you can do this, and you know that they're good at it, like that builds their confidence because they know they're good at it. And then they're going to step out of their comfort zone again because they're like, I can do that. I did that. And let me help go do this. Let me help go lead this because, like for me doing this Zoom, like it helps me step out of my comfort zone. And then it makes me feel like I did something amazing, So just like, even helping with a live event for our team or something like that helps our girls have confidence. And then it's a ripple effect because then other girls on our team are like, oh, she's new. She did that. I can do that too. I want to help. How can I help? And so then you have all these people who are willing to help. And then like your team just grows because you don't want people to just sit behind their phones and be scared to do everything, because that's not what this is about. This is about getting out of your comfort zone, doing things scared, because nothing's going to happen if you don't do anything different. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So you have to learn how to get out of that comfort zone, do the things scared, do new things. And I feel like that helps our girls learn and want to step into that leadership position. You know what I mean? And then they're starting to grow their team.
Yes. And this goes right along with like knowing what gets your new promoter going, knowing what their love language is, like what their color personality is, because like we have some like Natalia, she is the life of the party. I'll tell her, listen, we have a live event in an hour. I need you to go hype up the chat. She's going to go send a voice clip in the chat. And she's like, hey, y'all, we got an hour till the party. Get your people plugged in. She's like, she is hype. That's who she is. She's like a little bitty girl with this huge personality. And she'll go in the chat and she'll wreck some stuff up. Like, that's just who she is. That's her job. That's Natalie. There she is.
There she is.
And then we got the mama bears of the team, like Andrea and April, who will send in reminders like, hey, it's Tuesday. Reminder to check on your customers, or like auto ships are running. Like, you have your certain personalities on your team and you have to figure it out and you have to give them jobs. And then, I mean, it could be like once, like, hey, Andrea, can you do this morning Zoom with me? And she's like, yeah, bet. And then now she like just expects it. Like, hey, when are we doing the morning Zoom? Or I can rely on her to step in and do a power hour for our team if I have to go run errands or something like that. She's there. She shows up, and that's who she is. And that's how she loves on our team and gives back to our team, is by showing up every day. So I think once you can figure out who they are, like, then you know like what value they bring to the table and how you guys can grow your teams together, because we're all different, but we all bring something unique to the table. Question: the first 2 weeks, how do you onboard a new promoter to ensure these things? So the first things first, we want to make sure that they're trying, like they have tried a sample at least. And get their pack too, right? But if anything, get their sample, because we have loads of girls on our team who have started and they've only tried a sample. So they love the products. They're ready to jump in. And that's one of the first things too. Like if they're loving the products and they're excited, they want to talk about it, like that's your first indication, like, yeah, let's run. If they're not even willing to get a sample, like they're not motivated, you know what I mean? Like they're not going to do much, but you want to get them to try the products. You want to get them all excited and feeling good on their Thrive experience. And then you just want to, me personally, I help them put a post up, and then I help them start talking to their people who like and comment. And then I show them how easy it is just to start talking to people. Usually, like I do this with my customers too. I get them on the sample, I get them a post up, and then I start helping them talk with their people. And then I'll plant the seed. Like, girl, this is the same thing I do every single day, but I get paid for it. Like this could be you too. And if they take that bite, like they take that bait, then I plug them into the training. We have the training on the dream team, the list of YouTube videos. And then I know Moria Dillard has a bot, right, Andrea? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it is on our cloud office when you sign up as a promoter. Like it's like you're getting started steps.
Yes. Hold on, I had that pulled up too. And we did the master classes with Moria a few, like 2 months ago or so. And that's the first time we had heard of that. So I don't even have the get started on my page anymore. But if you go to leader updates on your cloud office and you scroll to the very bottom, it says welcome new promoters. Click that, and it's going to give you literally like this copy and paste thing that you can send your new people. And it has a join our new 14-day training bot with the link here. And then it says also be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's Moria's training. And then here it says like literally step 1, step 2, it's breaking down the VIP period, and then plugs them into the getting started call that she made. Like literally this we just outsource. Like it's been done before. There's no reason to like redo it. You know what I mean? So like just plug your people into this. And if they want to do this, they're going to read this in 5 minutes. They're going to get back with you with 5 questions. You know what I mean? Like they're going to ask their questions. They're going to be in your inbox. They're going to want this. And that's who we run with. So training first, or sample at least, or pack, then training. And then we just run. We run. We get a post up. We help them talk to everybody who likes and comments on their post and stories. And then we just take off. But we love them where they're at. Like some people are going to try the Thrive experience, want to be a promoter, but they're going to tiptoe. Some are going to try the Thrive experience and start promoting before you even tell them to. You know what I mean? And so you just love them where they're at. You run with the runners, and you check in every now and then with the people who are walking. You know what I mean? There's also the VIP vault. Yes. Yeah. Chas has her system. Moria has her system. Like I said, Lisa K has her training videos on the dream team. Like just plug them in to some leader who has training already set for you. So, and then it's your job to check in with them and love on them. And like I said, plant these leadership characteristics in them from the get-go.
And
What were
then
you just saying?
normally we usually plug them in a 3-way chat with a
Oh yeah.
leader.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, that layered leadership, they can have somebody to ask questions to if you're not available type thing as well. So that also helps. And then
Yes.
usually we get them super excited when we plug them into that 3-way chat. So it kind of helps build the momentum for that first
Yeah.
getting started step. So,
And then during their training, when they have questions, they'll use that 3-way chat. And so they have 2 leaders helping them. And then they feel that sense of like community and support from the get-go. Yeah. And then after that, after the training is done, they're already posting. We add them to the team page, the dream team, and then our team chat when they're ready. So that's what we do. And then, we let them be imperfect. You guys, that's something super, super important I wanted to touch on, because for the longest time, sorry, I'm going to cough. For the longest time, I let fear hold me back from leading because I felt like I had to be perfect, like my upline. And I mean, like, she's a leader in my perspective because she like does things perfectly, it seems like, but it's because she has years of experience. But how are you going to get years of experience if you let fear hold you back? If you don't do things your way, if you don't learn, make mistakes, fail forward, like, how are you going to have experience to lead your people if you're trying to, or if you're like being fearful because you're not perfect? You know what I mean? Like, there's no way to develop into that type of leadership unless you do things, you know what I mean? So let your people be imperfect. Say I say, like, who wants to go live today or not live today, but live this week for our team giveaway. And we have like Andrea and a new girl. Say they have technical difficulties. They're beating themselves up for having those technical difficulties. You have to go in there and be like, girl, you freaking killed it. Despite those technical difficulties, like, you showed up, you did the thing, you told your story like nobody else can. Like, you have to let them be imperfect because that's life. Like, nobody's freaking perfect. And we have to like break down that wall where people believe they have to be perfect before they can be a leader. Like, no, you're a leader the second you wanted to show up for that live. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to edify within my team. Like, you don't have to be perfect to be a leader. And it starts the second you want to step up. You know what I mean? So I think that leads into, like, just being transparent with your team too. Like, my team knows I'm a hot freaking mess. They know I don't do math. Like, I have Blanca messaging me. She's like, the date is this date, or the numbers are these numbers. Like, I don't do that. Like, I don't do that. And I let my leaders who are strong in those areas help me. Like, and that's another thing that I've had to develop myself. Like, I've had to learn how to ask for help. I've had to get rid of like the limiting belief, childhood trauma, whatever, what have you, that I had to do everything on my own. Like, that's just me and my personal development. And that's something huge too that goes into leadership, like your development. Like, your team is only as strong as you are. And that goes like deep, like personal. I'm not talking about rank, numbers, paychecks, anything. Like, I'm talking about mental and emotional health. Like, that's like one of our number one blockages, I think. Blockages, is that a word?
It is today.
It is. Yeah. So I think that's super important. Limiting beliefs, for sure. There's a reason why you're fearful of stepping up and leading. And it's most often something that stems from freaking childhood or early teens or early adulthood. And that's just something that we need to work on and develop. The way you lead and why you lead defines you and the value you can give. Where have you been? Like, remember the importance of your obstacles, like our limiting beliefs, our childhood trauma, like that's an obstacle that we can push through and grow and be better for our team. But it's also really important to remember those obstacles and what it took to push through them, because I feel like you get to a certain point where you develop and life is like so much better than it used to be that I can sometimes forget like how hard it was. You know what I mean? Like, and then I have team members just starting or within their first year or whatever, who are just now starting to personally develop, and they're going through those same obstacles that I was going through maybe like 4 years ago. You know what I mean? So it's important to remember everything, you know what I mean? Like, and so that you can help your team too. What you think, beautiful Miss Beautiful Andrea?
I think I agree. Of course, I know that I would have never learned to personally develop if it wasn't for joining this team or this business. It's something I never even like took into consideration of doing at all. And it has helped me in my personal life so freaking much. Like, there's no way that I would have been able to deal with the last year of my life like this, like strong as I have been, without personal development and like having a team to lean into, because it's been hard. And I know that like this year has been hard for a lot of people, like not just me, and people who don't thrive too. So, like that's something that, we as thrivers and like knowing how to personally develop can talk to people and relate to them, and I even talk to my customers about personal development. Like when they're having a hard time, I'm like, girl, do you do any personal development? Because it has helped me so much. And it has helped them. Like if they're, if they're down to do it, like I send them podcasts or YouTube motivational videos, and they're like, thank you so much for sharing that with me. That helped me. Oops, my phone's going to die soon. They're like, that helped me so much. Like, you really don't realize learn behaviors that you have learned like from your parents, grandparents, whoever like you grew up around, until like you sit down and do the hard work and do the do. And then you're like, whoa, holy crap. I need to like take a step back and help myself, so that way you can be a better you for everybody around you. And that's been super huge for me, just being a mom, honestly. So, and then like it helps you step into that leadership position as well for your team. And then like they see that. So like they want to duplicate that as well, I have a girl on our team, and I knew when I reached out to her that this was going to help her so much. The personal development, the community in the team, like people to lean into. And like it freaking brings tears to my eyes, like how much her life has changed, and like how much she needed this and how much it has helped her, just like doing the personal development and having people there for her. Like it makes me so happy that she is like thriving in her life just by doing like these simple things. So sorry, I didn't want to cry, but
oh my God. Like, I feel like we're such yellows. We come on the Zoom and we cry. But you guys, that is leadership to me. Like right now, what Andrea just showed us, that is leadership. Like I will cry. Hold on. Her focus is not financial. Her bottom line is not financial. And her main focus is not rank. It's not team sales. it is not her paycheck. It is her own personal development. It's her own personal actions. It's her servitude. Like she just said, like, I don't care if it's a customer, I'm going to help them personal develop because I care for my people. And to me, that's what makes a great freaking leader. Like, it doesn't get better than that. Like, I'm trying not to cry, but like, if your bottom line is financial, that's probably another block you have to work through, because this is not like, yeah, you can make a boatload of money in this industry, but that's not where it comes from. Like, I feel like a lot of people, not just in Lavelle, like, I feel like Lavelle is actually one of the good guys, but in this industry as a whole, like, you see people ranking up, getting their cars, like, and then you see like these weird conferences where like they're taping off their like higher ranks, you know what I mean, and acting like they're celebrities and stuff. Like, I feel like some people achieve and reach a level and they think like power and authority, and instead it's servitude, humility, and influence. And number one being servitude. And I feel like that's freaking amazing. I love you, Andrea, and I'm so proud of you. But those are all things, like, no matter what rank, no matter where you start, like, those are all things we can all cultivate. We can all start helping somebody more. We can all show up for somebody. We can all always be learning something new. So, like, at any rank, at any level, if you are willing to be a student first and then a leader second, I feel like that's what's going to continually build not only yourself and your team, but your business. So I think that's super important. I felt like today was going to be a shorter call, but we are already 10 minutes to the top of the hour. So I feel like we covered a lot. Maybe we just rambled, but one last thing I do want to talk to you guys about, and it's from experience: get out of the drama circle. If you guys are plugged into maybe a group chat, or maybe high school best friends, or maybe your sisters or your cousins or whatever, your neighbor, and then all they're doing is talking crap about somebody or something, or, you know, whatever, that's the reason why you cannot lead. That is the reason why you cannot lead. You are the product of the like 5 to 10 people you surround yourself with. So think of a leader, and if they have the characteristics that we've talked about all day long, but they are always talking bad about somebody, they're only going to get you so far. You want to be surrounded by positive people who empower other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love y'all. I love y'all. But as a human, as women, that's sometimes our default. And that's sometimes the only thing we know because of the way we were brought up. Like, maybe our grandmas or our moms, or, like I said, our sisters or our aunties were shit talkers. We got to break that cycle, y'all. We got to break that cycle. Okay. So that's the last thing I wanted to say about building leaders. And okay. So Shannon says, about 10 minutes before we end, ask them to drop me in the comments if they have never won. So let's do that right now before we end this call. Drop a me. And then Andrea, I'll have you scroll through there and pick a winner.
Okay, can I say something real quick about like a leader, or like showing up, or I guess what I want to say is the leader that you see or that you want to be like, or that you say is, imagine all the leadership qualities that you expect your leader to have and show up as that person. Because I feel like that's the best thing that you can do. Like, just how, like, if you want to have a rock star promoter and you want them to do this, 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 and this, and this, and that, it's the same thing as, you know, the same applies here. So if you expect a leader to do this, 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 and this, and that, then you need to be doing those things as well and show up as that person. So,
and it starts the second you hit promoter button. Does not matter if you are 40K, 80K, 4K brand promoter. You are a leader. You stepped up, you pushed that become a promoter button because you wanted to change your life. You are the leader of your life. So these are all characteristics that we can cultivate. And I feel like when we are transparent and open about all these things, like, because all these things I've talked about this morning are things I'm working on currently. I'm not a professional. I'm nowhere near perfect, but I am working on it every day. So I feel like, I mean, that's everything we all can do. So personal development and then just being okay with being imperfect and just stepping out of our comfort zones and leading the way we would like to be led. So y'all, thank you so much for plugging in today. Y'all are badasses. I hope you have a wonderful follow-up Friday. Andrea, who's our winner?
What about Raylene's iPhone?
All right, Raylene's iPhone, please message Shannon Cochran.
Bye, Mommy.
Bye, babies. I love you.
Love you.
And
Bye, girls.
Bye. I love you.
Bye, Leo.
Look,
Bye, Andrea.
Okay, you guys have a great Friday. Love you so much. And we'll actually see you next Friday, the 24th. Yay. Last Friday of the year. And I think we're going to go over dream boards. So we'll see you then. Love ya.